Hello and welcome to PlayStationGrenade. Assassin's Creed has had many ups and downs through the years, with the beacon of light being Ezio and the cities that he resided in.
I'll kill you for what you've done!
Blackflag was another world-changing affair, but the ones in between weren't that fantastic. Many people have decided to abandon the Assassin's Creed series, but after a year off, Ubisoft has brought back the saga, and wow, it's damn good. Here are 6 ways Assassin's Creed Origins evolves the series into a must-play title again. Let's start with the eagle, SEENU.
Be my eyes, SENU.
I realise it's just a living version of the drone from Ghost Recon Wildlands, but this inclusion brings planning into Assassin's Creed like never before. He can scout, mark targets, and notice locations for later missions, without the clumsy Animus overlay which took many of us away from the immersion of all the places that we visited. SEENU feels like an organic and fitting way to forward think and plan in Origins. And just look at his face, oh you cute little bugger. Origins has revamped the combat system too. Not that it wasn't great before, but the enemies would gather round and wait for their turn to die. Well, a few subtle changes are now in place. The lock-on system is key to each battle, with light and heavy attacks yielding combos. You will need to charge an attack to break through an enemy's defense, and the animations are more organic now, and less scripted and blocked out. There's definitely still room to button bash like you're playing Tekken's Eddie Gordo, but accomplished fighters will be able to do so much more. The adrenaline bar can be built up by beating the shit out of everyone until your special attack is ready to be unleashed. If close-up combat isn't your thing, then the usual options to take enemies from a distance or through stealth actions are here too. The enemies in Origins appear to be more intelligent than previous iterations to the game, with the more agile goons running to call for help or light a signal fire. The ones holding shields will adapt to your actions, such as taking a step back while you charge your heavy attack to stay centimeters out of your attack zone. The guards who like to battle will continuously hound you and constantly push you back, making each encounter feel like a real fight to the death. You'll also find that once you've taken a few out, the remaining attackers will be much more cautious. Origins also brings back traditional bosses and new sub-bosses who you'll encounter regularly. These bosses are extremely varied, with the 2 that we fought using a huge axe with a massive area of damage, and another one who looked like Russell Crowe in Gladiator and zipped around the fight with the greatest of ease. Fight variation is something that the Assassin's Creed series hasn't really had in the past, so the kudos are definitely deserved on this one. Like so many games, a loot system has been put into the Assassin's Creed series. I know it was there before, but this one is straight up RPG looting. This feels a lot like The Division, with enemies dropping items and weapons with a colour-coded system of importance and rarity. Legendary items have increased stat bonuses or special abilities, meaning finding one of these bad boys is an event all of its own. The loot you uncover will force you to make choices too. Do I stick with my sword, which I've had for hours, or do I upgrade to this epic spear? But then I've got to learn to fight again. These little nuances make the role-playing element of this game much more emphasised. This all ties into how you fight in the previous 2 points. Shield resistance, quiver volume, glove range for melee attacks. There's so many areas the loot system will change. If you haven't noticed, we're here in Egypt, so who needs history class when we can live it for ourselves? We'll be playing as Bayek, which sounds ridiculous, but even more amusing than that, if you're from the north of England like me, Bayek is a toned down way of saying bloody hell. So bloody hell, what a great name that is. We'll be learning about how the Assassin's Creed was formed, and Bayek looks to be one of the first ever. So that's 6 ways Assassin's Creed Origins evolves the series. What do you think of this one? Are you going to try it? And what was the last Assassin's Creed game you loved? For me, it was Blackflag. There are so many things to talk about, such as the Witcher 3-esque elements the series has brought in, and also that ability tree to build Bayek into the warrior you want him to be. I'm Adam from PlayStationGrenade, and for more about Assassin's Creed Origins, well, you're already in the right place. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time. A boom boom boom, let me say way-oh, way-oh, boom boom, my mic's still on.